Hello and welcome back, it's Matt again. It's now 23:45 PM and it's now still the 17th of the 4th 2017. And also what we're going to do is, because Mexico, I do a lot of Mexico cam videos, and it's just very interesting seeing that those cams are being sprayed all the time in the darkness of the sun with that simulator, because our planet is now dimming all the time. Here on the screen are chemtrails. These large areas, this is over in the USA, and you can see the amount of activity that's been sprayed through that day, because we're being sprayed all the time by these poisons and breathing them in all the time. Another 5 people approached me today, all had bad colds, didn't feel so right, and never been like that before, the place we were staying on the Easter break. So it's just so evident, isn't it? And I did point out to other people at the holiday park of what they're doing up there in the skies, and 3 others spoke with me for a couple of hours about it, how they've looked up and noticed that they are not passenger jets. They are military planes, and they're shocked by the way they fly and spray across our in front of our sun and above those clouds. So again, we've woken more people up to the whole situation. So anyway, let's try the Mexico cam and see what we can find on there as well for you. Here on this Mexico cam here, okay, the Puerto Vallarta cam, you can see the timestamp there, 7:28 AM. And something comes down here on the horizon, a red object. This is I believe to be the binary twin object, the heavenly body that goes down. You can just see a red haze here, but you can see this. Watch this. As I flick through the cam now, you can see this lighting of the sky again, this redness of the sky. Look at the timestamp. It shouldn't be light like this. There is another heavenly body that's coming up, and it comes through. You can see the redness, can't you, now coming through here. This is not from our sun, this is from another object. You can see how this goes down. Can you see this now? There's other light sources up in the sky that's reflecting behind those chems. Please again, don't believe these are natural clouds. These are chems that get spread across the sky. There is an object that moves. There's something here that's going down on the horizon. You can see this blue reflection as well. We're getting all these light sources from different other sources in the sky as well. And the bad weather will come. We will get some very strange weather to come in the future. It's just, as I said on the other video, it's a ticking time bomb in which everything is starting to change. Just want to show you this image as well. This is the another Puerto Vallarta cam, and this is also in Mexico as well. The reason why I got the Mexico cams as well is only because in the UK now, being 23:52 hours, it's very dark now, but Mexico, we're seeing their daylight skies. So what we're seeing here as well is this simulator up in the sky, and we're seeing this yellow reflection on the sun. This is from our sun, the Sol. Now the reflection is coming from our sun. Now this object in front of our sun that's above Earth's orbit is darkening all the ground. You can see this as well. It's just so evident, getting the blackness on either side as well. Here you will see huge reflections from chemtrails, red reflections from that heavenly body, NIBIRU. Now it's very dark on this cam, okay, but when we flick through it, you will see this red and pink haze coming up on the horizon. Can you see this? These are chemtrails. There's a red object that's reflecting off these chemtrails on the opposite side. This is not from our sun. We are seeing huge light sources that are hammering onto those chemtrails now. We can see the lights. We can see the red reflections of these heavenly bodies all the time. If I show you this, can you see it? And then it comes in. we can see these reflections. It's so important that we spread the word out to show people that what they're seeing is not their natural skies anymore, but these whiskey chems, these poisons, this aluminium that's being spread across our skies, just to hide these huge objects that are above the chems. Now, if they weren't there, you would see this object on the horizon. They're covering it to hide the truth. So we just got to keep going. I'm going to go to a different cam. Here is another important image for you. Now, again, I got an email this afternoon when I got back from the Easter break, saying that he has seen NIBIRU, he has seen the object, and he's preparing, he's packing up his stuff, he's found somewhere else to go. He's taking his family away and he's going to Highland. He has actually seen the object. He's very worried about it as well. So keep safe. And all of you, you must keep safe, because now we're starting to see the changes. On this cam you can see the changes. I mean, look how dark it is. Look at that golden reflection on the sea. That is from our sun that's being eclipsed by the binary twin nemesis. And in the front of the sun you can see that object that's blocking everything. Look on the land, it's too dark. Pitch black for April, isn't it? I mean, we're in April now, we're heading towards the summer, it's supposed to be very bright. Just look at that beach. It's in darkness. Pitch black. Soon we'll be all walking around with lanterns and candles and torches, equipment to keep everything light. We'll have street lights on 24/7. But people still probably think it's normal. And they will, they just carry on. The weatherman would just say we're having a dim, dark, cloudy day. But we can just see, all of us that are wide awake to the situation can see that it's all very much changing now. I mean, these cams are not hiding anything, they're showing the truth. I mean, look at it, just so dark, it's too dim. We are now hugely being eclipsed by this whole situation. This is the Acapulco cam in Mexico as well. Timestamp at the top there, 7:46. There's a huge light source coming here as well. Again, I apologise about the noise on the, I think it's some sort of static that's in the air, because when I download the videos everything's fine, but then when it goes up to upload it just has this kind of static noise. Anyway, so it's not going to stop me, so just carry on. So I'm just showing this light source here, okay? Can you see this lighting up here? Something brightening up. And there's redness of chems. I mean, these are all, look at this. All trash is being thrown up there. And this blue haze. I mean, you can see it lighting up the land. 7:52 AM. You can see how the cam progresses. This light source, can you see this? There's something that's coming in. And I believe this is NIBIRU. It's far too big now. This reflection is getting huge on the opposite side. It really is. And we're all seeing it now, aren't we? It's so evident. This object is coming in very close now. This image of our sun was never seen in the past. We would just see a golden sun that go down on the horizon with blue night skies. But look at it on the screen now. We're seeing this, aren't we, with this halo of red reflections. See, they can't hide it much when it's on the horizon. They blast it with chemtrails. They throw as much as they can with it to these halos in the daytime. But on the evening morning sunrise, we get to see this red halo around the sun. We get to see the eclipse as well. This golden redness on the sea. Very red, these colours. So it's just spectacular, but as again, people need to be so prepared for this. It's a very serious situation, because anything at any point in time, by looking at these cams, can happen at any point. This is a live cam in Acapulco Marina over there in Mexico, and look at it. You can see those chems just under that object, that simulator that's put blatantly up there to make us all believe that that's our sun. But come on, look how dark it is. Look at the glow of the natural sun on the horizon behind that object. And look at the sky, it's very red and very blue. We're getting these two huge reflections. We're not seeing our blue sky anymore, are we? These grey hazy clouds, these chems. Every day it's getting much worse. I've said this all along. You could just step outside tomorrow morning and look at the sunrise and see what they're doing. I mean, the time, it's the time's now, isn't it? NASA, we all know now. So there's no point keep carrying on and hiding and spending our money to spray our skies with trillions of dollars. The military, you're using them. You're using everything to try and deceive us all the time. Because on this cam, you can see so evidently what you're doing. Everything in the sky now is dangerous to humanity, dangerous to wildlife. I mean, birds are falling out of the sky, fish are dying every day in the sea. I mean, the news media turn around and say, we don't know why this is happening. Well, of course you do. You know what you're doing, you're spraying those chemicals every day. I mean, again, very, very dark. On these cams in the past years, in the spring towards summer, it's very bright. Mexico is a very bright, sunny part of the world. But it's all changing now. We're changing, everything's changing. People have got so much different now than they were before. So we just need to keep safe and prepare. You really must prepare for this now. Because this life-changing event will affect everybody. And it's now a point for all of you to just keep focused and alert to everything that's going on around you now. Here on this image as well, on this cam, this is called the Acapulco Playa El Morro cam in Mexico. Now this is a very evident cam. Can you see this red haze on the right hand side? This is before sunrise. Now look at the land as well. We're getting this red orangey reflection. This is a huge reflection from Nemesis, the binary twin. I mean, you could see this before the sun comes up. Now normally the sun will come up, it's a yellow bright sun, but we got this red haze that's out there in our inner solar system between us and the sun, and this red reflection is getting closer and much bigger. So again, we just need to be very observant that this object that you can see that's rising in the sky on this cam is not our sun. Our sun will be a lot brighter than this. You can see this, can't you, on the right hand side of the screen? There is something that's rising there, and soon we're going to see this object. We're all going to see it. Every single person's going to see it. And again though, NASA, the powers to be, will send out news and media reports to say that, oh, don't worry, it's something else. Or we've just, all of a sudden they turn around and say, well, you know what, we've been tracking this object and we just want to let you know that nothing's going to happen. They still cover our eyes all the time. They still lie to us until this object will show itself. This here is not our sun. This is another heavenly body that's reflecting, being caught on this cam. Just here. You can see this, can't you? This is not our sun. I'm going to go to another cam now. I'm just going to stay on this cam shortly for a second or two. I want to show you something. Now these objects really are getting closer now, these reflections. They really are. Now I just want to show you, flick through the cam. Okay, you're getting a red haze here on the left hand side. But what I want you to notice is this blue light source, this other heavenly body light source that's coming through as well. Is this the blue Kachina and the red Kachina? Because I'm seeing this object just above here. I'll show you now. Can you see this red sorry, this red object here and this blue light source. These are not from our sun, okay? They're not from our sun. Our sun rises just afterwards, comes up a different area. This is facing north. Now look at the objects. Clearly you can see that behind those chems. Look at the blue light source, complete different light sources there. Now, again, I just want to get the words out there. I really do want to get the words out there to show people that we have these huge objects that are heading close to our Earth right now. And I believe NASA's tracking them. You will see this now. Watch this blue light source come through. You see this red reflection, and then you'll see this blue light source come through. Look at this. Can you see this? All lighting up blue, and you've got the red haze from the other object that's down on the horizon there. I mean, look at this. This is not our sun. Our sun's not even risen. I mean, look at this. Two different colour objects, and they're chemtrailing every day. Totally ridiculous, because at the end of the day, they've got to stop it, these chems. This is a natural event, and we have the right to see what's going on. We really do have the right to know that this is a real event, and we need to, please, we need to prepare for this. Again on this cam as well, you will see a blue light source moving across the sky. This is not our sun. Sun hasn't risen yet. Watch this. You'll just see it. Can you see it lighting up here? It's behind this cam. This could be the blue Kachina. There is a blue object lighting up in the skies behind these chems. You can see it so evident there, can't you? And then dims away. Can you see this? This is a celestial body that's up there. I'm going to zoom in. There it is. You can see this object, can't you? This blue haze in the sky on the cam. This CCTV camera is in high definition. They all are. And there's no trickery of the camera. I apologise about the white screen. You can see this, can't you? Can you see how it's moving? This object, and fades away. It's up there. That object is up there and it's getting closer. We're going to see this huge blue object in the sky. We really will. All of us are going to see this huge blue object illuminated in the skies. And everybody's going to say, what is that? And then they won't believe government anymore. They won't trust no one. They would only want to prepare for themselves. So again, time is now. Time is running short. Here's another image of the sun going down on the horizon, with this red reflection around it. But if I flick through the cam to the next stage, it disappears. Look behind those cams, you can see this red reflection here, can't you? Behind the cams. You can see this, can't you? It's just being covered all the time, isn't it? And we've got this other red reflection travelling with our sun all the time. On this Popocatépetl cam as well in Mexico, this is a volcano cam. And we've seen other interesting pictures of this volcano cam, but I just wanted to show you something on here. Look again, this red haze up in the sky on this cam. I mean, you've got those chems and you've got those clouds. With being in the volcano area as well, you get a lot of build-up of clouding. Look at the background, look at the colour. There's that red reflection, that red-orange haze from Nemesis binary twin. And it's much more deeper. These colours are strong. They're getting stronger now, these reflections. So it's quite worrying, isn't it? That these objects are reflecting a lot more stronger now through the years. Every year we're getting the stronger colourings in the skies. As again, it's been very observant to catch these colours. This is the Pubella panoramic volcanoes cam, and you can just see these huge light sources, can't you? Now this is going down the opposite side of the sun. Now something is illuminating. The huge reflection is there, isn't it? I mean, it gives it away that we've got these objects up there, these lowered clouds as well. that are lowering everywhere, and a lot of channels are showing these dark clouds now in the sky that are quite low. But people still think they're just rain clouds and natural clouds. I mean, this light source you see here is not from the volcano. These light sources are from other celestial bodies, and they are coming in very close now. So, again, please prepare for this. And respect to all of you, and I will do some more videos tomorrow. And take care. And again, I apologise about the sound. I just want to get the words out there, the messages out there to all you subscribers. Because you know that there is something that's being covered up in the skies. You know it's NIBIRU, Helion, the moons, and the brown dwarf star Nemesis. We are in a very serious situation right now, and we need to prepare for everything that's coming towards us. Because the pole shift will happen. We are shifting. It's just it's accelerating. Everything is accelerating right now. So take care, and speak to you soon from Matt Rogers.
However, before my research, if you would have asked me then if I think there is really a planet X, I would have said no. But if you ask me now, my answer will be yes. I believe there is a NIBIRU in our solar system. Let me show you why. Originally, I didn't see how a huge planet, 4 times the size of Jupiter, can exist in our solar system without us knowing. But that is before I learned about TNO. Before I did extensive research on ancient prophecies, which, believe it or not, collaborated somehow. Let me put it this way. You may not recognize NIBIRU when it comes, and the visit may be different from what you expected, but believe me, there is a NIBIRU out there in our solar system. For people who are new to this Planet X NIBIRU theory, let me give you a quick tour. According to the ancient Sumerians, the 10th planet NIBIRU is on a highly elliptic 3,600-year orbit. It is called the Destroyer Planet, as when it comes, it will bring destruction and possibly the Doomsday. Wait, if Doomsday comes every 3,600 years, how come we're still here? Think about it this way. Many comets pass by our sun regularly. How many of them hit planets? The last and only one I remember was the Shoemaker-Levy 9 hitting Jupiter in July 1994. So maybe NIBIRU's last flyby was harmless last time. But we may not be likely so lucky next time. Before jumping to any conclusions we cannot sustain, let me bring you another popular NIBIRU theory. The planet NIBIRU of Nemesis. Nemesis is supposedly our sun's brown dwarf twin. The theory was first introduced in 1984, largely based on the Earth's mass extension 26 million year cycle. An evil twin 1.5 light years away, hidden beyond the Oort cloud, would be a perfect suspect. If NIBIRU is a planet of Nemesis, it could explain how its occupants survived 3,600 years without a sun. Nemesis is NIBIRU's travel companion and its portable generator. When the theory was introduced in 1984, it made great sense, and at that time, scientists believed that most stars are binary. Obviously, our sun should not be an exception. However, scientists have determined that mass extinction happens more like every 50 million years, and 2 mass astronomical surveys, which ran from 1997 to 2001, failed to detect any brown dwarf in our solar system. While in 2011, NASA's David Morrison, who specializes in near-Earth objects, concluded that even with infrared telescopes able to detect brown dwarfs as far away as 10 light years, failed to find Nemesis. It is most likely that Nemesis does not exist. Of course, that is if you believe to do if they think the world will end tomorrow. Obviously, telling you will not be on the top of the list. They will build a bunker and plan shelters for people that may survive the doomsday Earth. And to avoid chaos, it is wise not to share the doomsday news with anyone. Plus, who can know for certain what will happen, right? If you think the government will always do the right thing, let me tell you what Nostradamus thought about that. Will be struck from the sky. One who cannot proceed any further. The secret closed up with the revelation, such that they will march over and ahead. If you have any doubts about Nostradamus's prophecies, check out some of my Nostradamus videos. When I compared his quatrains with historical events, I was shocked to find the unbelievable details revealed. Check out any of my videos and you will be surprised. This quatrain is grouped with 20 other doomsday quatrains in the second part of the Book of Prophecy, which I call the Doomsday Century. This quatrain seems to indicate that our government would get warnings from the sky, which can be divine, or from aliens. The message warns us, do not proceed. It is a secret that will be kept from most of us. But the warnings were probably ignored, as the last sentence stated, quote, such that they will march over and ahead. Whatever the secret may be, it will be ignored, and we, mankind, will eventually face the consequences. So, if Nemesis does not exist and Nibiru is only a theory, why should we waste any more time talking about it? Actually, I think Nibiru does exist. It may be different from the mythical planet where Anunnaki reside, but it is there. Let me show you the proof about Nibiru's existence. Consider this. If you think the theory about Nibiru's 3,600-year orbit around the Sun is crazy, did you know Mars orbits the Sun every 687 days, but is already considered outside the Goldilocks zone that could harbor lives? What is the chance of life on Nibiru if Nibiru does exist? Plus, what is the chance of having a planet having a 3,600-year orbit? On the planet Eris, what you see is that it is called the most, means that we really don't know what we're talking about. Pluto and Eris both are known dwarf planets, and Tino, the so-called trans-Neptunian objects, those are minor planets with highly elliptical orbits. And if you search Wikipedia for trans-Neptunian object, a session called Putative Trans-Neptunian Objects of Planetary Size will jump out at you. It states, the existence of trans-Neptunian rock-ice bodies of planetary size, ranging from less than Earth mass up to a brown dwarf, has been often postulated. For different theoretical reasons to explain several observed or speculated features of the Kuiper Belt or the Oort cloud. It was recently proposed to use ranging data from the New Horizons spacecraft to constrain the position of such a hypothesized body. Putative means generally considered or reputed to be. Doesn't this sound like an endorsement from Wikipedia? I guess Nibiru is not all BS after all. Another reason I believe planet Nibiru is real is based on what scientists found in 2003. Sedna is a red dwarf planet 86 astronomical units away from the Sun, which is about 3 times as far as Neptune. Its discovery helped push poor Pluto off the planetary lineup. But what is important to know is its crazy orbit. Its aphelion, which is the closest distance from the Sun, is 76 AU, but its perihelion is 936 AU, and it takes 11,400 years to complete an orbit. During its 11,400-year journey around the Sun, we can only get a glance when it is near us. So, can you imagine how many more planets we have not seen? Can you imagine how big the others may be? Sedna's discovery proves Nibiru is not a myth. And then we found in 2014 FE72. It is another trans-Neptunian object, but this one has an orbit period of 90,000 years. With a perihelion of 36.3 AU and an aphelion of 4,000 AU. This really pushes our solar system. Why would life choose to grow on a planet so far away from the sun? Well, I guess we don't get to pick our birthplace, right? We have to adapt to our environment, correct? Plus, life may have started on a beautiful, friendly planet till the planet changed. For that, I will share with you another story we are all quite familiar with, the Shoemaker-Levy 9. Did you know before Shoemaker-Levy 9's impact with Jupiter, it was not orbiting the Sun? That is a fact few people know. Time changed the comet's path and destiny. So, an advanced civilization may have been flourishing on Nibiru before the planet changed its course. Or maybe Nibiru was pulled away by another star. Maybe it is our Sun's binary twin. Its advanced technology made it possible to cope with whatever harsh environment, and its residents refused to leave home. Scientists feel the chance of our Sun having a twin star is slim. But what gravity forces keep these minor planets circling our Sun and something else on these elliptical orbits? There must be another massive body on the other end. Remember, we can only see them when they are close to us. Can you imagine how many more are out there that we have not seen? If the Earth has survived till today, why should we worry? Even if there are 1 million Nibirus out there, they probably won't come closer than Pluto, right? That may be right, but since we know so little, we have to rely on people who know more, and that is the problem. We have found so many new planets and new stars. Who will know what the next
NASA is giving out an alert warning of asteroid that could hit Earth, causing immense suffering and death if this asteroid will hit the Earth. NASA says, pray if it's so. There's an embedded video by NASA concerning their asteroid redirect mission and Earth planetary defense from celestial bodies inbound for Earth that could possibly devastate Earth as it did 65 million years ago when an asteroid hit the Earth in the Yucatan Peninsula and making the dinosaurs extinct. The White House and NASA discuss asteroid redirect missions. Officials from the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, OSTP, and NASA held a live asteroid redirect mission ARM, for short, discussion at the Space Agency's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. During the event, Wednesday, September 14th, 2016, OSTP, as we said, Office of Science and Technology, Dr. John Holdren, NASA's Administrator Charles Bolden, and ARM Project Manager Dr. Michelle Gates. ARM, as we said, is the Asteroid Redirect Mission, highlighted the mission's scientific and technological benefits and how the mission will support NASA's goal of sending humans to Mars, and how the Asteroid Redirect Mission will demonstrate technology relevant to defending Earth from potentially hazardous asteroids. Asteroids, which are bodies of rock that can measure anything up to 600 miles across and which orbit the Sun. Fewer than 10,000 of these asteroids, which could one day pose a threat to Earth, have so far been identified. So most of them have not been identified. NASA will launch a probe into the skies later today in a groundbreaking mission to bring back a sample from an asteroid, the first for the American Space Agency. The probe is called OSIRIS-REx, short for Origins, Spectral Interpretation, Resource Identification, Security, Regolith Explorers. Will lift off from Florida's Cape Canaveral at 19:05 Eastern Daylight Time. That's around midnight UK time this evening. Built by, the thing is that they do not make it clear in here. They call it an asteroid, whereas Wikipedia calls it a minor planet. Bennu 101955. A carbonaceous asteroid in the Apollo group was discovered by the Linear Project September 11th, 1999. It's a potential Earth impactor. It's listed on the Sentry risk table with the second highest rating on the Palermo Technical Impact Hazard Scale due to a 1 in 2,700 chance of impacting Earth in the 22nd century. So that's in about 100 years. It is the planned target of the OSIRIS-REx mission, which is intended to return samples to Earth in 2023 for further study. Bennu has a mean diameter of about 500 meters, about 1,600 feet, and has been observed extensively by the Arecibo Observatory Planetary Radar and Goldstone Deep Space Network. As a physical description, Bennu is a roughly spheroid shape, resembling a spinning top. The direction of rotation about its axis is retrograde with respect to its orbit. Bennu has a fairly smooth shape with one prominent 20-meter boulder on its surface. This is all from Wikipedia. Origin and evolution. Carbonaceous material composed asteroid Bennu originally came from dying stars such as red giants and supernova. According to the accretion theory, this material came together about 4.5 billion years ago during the birth of the solar system. So asteroid Bennu's basic mineralogy and chemical nature would have been established during the first 10 million years of the solar system's formation, where the carbonaceous material underwent some geological heating and chemical transformation into more complex materials. The long-term fate of Bennu. In a span of time of concern to present-day people, the fate of Bennu that looms most significant is collision with Earth. In a much longer term, millions of years that is, it's more likely that Bennu will be destroyed by some other cause. And we have the selection for OSIRIS-REx mission, the NASA mission, New Frontiers program, launching, expected to reach the asteroid 2019, returning samples to Earth by 2023. The probe will take around 2 years to reach Bennu and will spend 505 days mapping it. It will then attempt to scoop up a sample of Bennu asteroid dust to bring back to Earth. Other space agencies have completed such missions, such as the JAXA, Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, Hayabusa, which was the first to successfully return a sample to Earth 6 years ago, in 2010. Via the Mirror UK says, quote, NASA scientists have issued a stark warning over an asteroid that could hit the Earth, causing immense suffering and death. The crash could result in mass destruction, says experts. The space agency is sending a probe to collect rock samples from the asteroid dubbed Bennu. Bennu can be seen every 6 years from Earth, but it is expected to pass between us and the Moon. That could tweak its orbit and set it on a direct course for our planet. Experts fear that such a change will result in mass destruction, with NASA investigator Dana Loretta warning, it has been destined to cause immense suffering and death. The professor of planetary science is leading the mission to collect rock samples from the asteroid, which he says could prove vital data for future generations. The OSIRIS-REx probe will arrive 2018, spend a year surveying Bennu, which orbits the Sun at 63,000 miles per hour. Scientists are hoping that information gathered on the trip will help them to work out how the asteroid's course is affected by absorbing and radiating sunlight. Bennu is approximately, as we said, 500 meters in diameter. That's about 1,600 feet. And asteroids of this size would create craters 7 kilometers across and the equivalent of a magnitude 7 earthquake. In turn, that would cause significant damage across the area of 500 kilometers, about 310 miles. That's according to Michael Bush, planetary astronomer at the SETI Institute. By comparison, the fictitious asteroid in the Bruce Willis film Armageddon was 600 miles wide. So being prepared always is a perfect move towards living an enjoyable life. I'll leave links below for you for this. There's embedded videos you could enjoy.